Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 341. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with David. What's up, David?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right. So, why don't you tell us what news you have, and then I'll tell you my news.
Okay, guys. So first, a little bit of sad news. For those of you who don't know, Betsy Palmer, who is actually most famous for playing, what is it?
Pamela Voorhees. Yeah.
From the original Friday the 13th, has passed away. Passed away on the 29th, Friday, May 29th. She was 88 years old. Natural causes at Hospice Care Center in Connecticut. So actually not very far from where I live. Says her career spanned from 1951 to as recent as 2007. She's appeared in countless roles on film, TV, and Broadway. Some credits include Playhouse 90, The Love Boat, Newhart, Murder, She Wrote, Penny Dreadful, and Bell Witch the Movie. And without doubt, one of her most famous roles was, of course, Pamela Voorhees from Friday the 13th. I still remember seeing Friday the 13th Part 1, and the twist. The twist is all I gotta say. But rest in peace, Betsy. You made you've made one of the greatest horror films.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, Betsy Palmer. Fantastic actress, fantastic, and I've seen her in a lot of stuff, including Penny Dreadful, Newhart, a lot of different things over the years. Hey, what's up, Steampunk Star Raising?
I am here. What is this? Is this Everything Show?
Yeah, Everything Show. Betsy Palmer had passed on.
Okay, what's she famous for?
She was in Friday the 13th, Jason's mother. And he's frozen.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. All right. It turns out that Google had changed all their stuff around today, so
really?
we may be having some problems tonight. Yeah, it's supposed to do maintenance, I guess, tonight. You can't even click on your Gmail no more to click into Google+. You have to go in a special, I don't know, just a pain. Hopefully Steampunk comes back. Yeah, Betsy Palmer, very upsetting today.
Yeah.
Now, I also heard news that Spider-Man has about 6 different people that they're still trying out.
Because there's one person on that list that I am so excited to hear, Charlie Rowe. Now, for anyone who has not seen the sci-fi series Neverland, I urge you to go see that because Charlie Rowe is fantastic as Peter and one of the best live-action versions of Peter Pan that I have ever seen. If you really love Peter Pan, you owe it to yourself to see the movie because it's TV movie because it's fantastic.
Do you have a screenshot? Maybe you could screenshot with us the different actors in the running, or no? Is there an article about that?
There's an article, but for some reason, screenshot doesn't work on Google Plus for me.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, you just talk about it. Let me try to find it.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll see.
There's the 2 front runners from the short list. You got Tom Holland and you've got Asa Butterfield. And some people were actually saying, well, Marvel has been known in the past to completely ignore the short list and pick an actor out of the blue. So even if Asa or Tom are not picked, we really shouldn't be surprised because they didn't even go with any of the shortlist actors for Captain America because Chris Evans wasn't even on the short list for that. And it was sometimes they have gone with it, like with Doctor Strange with Benedict Cumberbatch playing him. But to be honest, I really, really want Charlie Rowe to play Peter because Peter Parker. Yes, because he did well. He did really well in Neverland, and I really feel that.
What's his name?
Charlie Rowe.
Charlie Rowe.
He had a very snarky attitude in Neverland as that Peter Pan, and I really think, the one thing I think that Andrew Garfield exceeded all expectations with this Spider-Man was that we needed the wisecracking Spider-Man. That's something that Tobey Maguire tried to do, but I don't think he ever really succeeded to the level that Garfield did, because Garfield actually was kind of funny as Spider-Man. But yeah,
Right. Now this is Tom. Is this Tom Holland right here?
I believe.
And Asa Butterfield.
Yeah, Asa Butterfield was on the right. And I believe Tom Holland's on the left. But yeah.
I can't even click on to Charlie Rowe.
Yeah, Charlie Rowe. Yeah, was he's my personal pick for this. You know, I think Asa Butterfield did great in Ender's Game, and to be honest, if he gets picked over Charlie Rowe, I'm not going to be upset, but I'm more intrigued on who they pick, because all of these actors have some really good material under their belt. So I am kind of curious to see what each one of them will bring to the table, because they're all being flown out to Atlanta to do test footage for Spider-Man. So, and it just makes you wonder what kind of a role Spider-Man will have in Civil War.
Right. I'm gonna screen share this now. Now, which one is Charlie Rowe is in the middle?
Let me take a look. Yes, Charlie Rowe
He's
in the middle.
fantastic. He looks great.
He's
could definitely best off as Spider-Man.
That's not even his hair grown out, because if you look up Neverland, if you look up Charlie Rowe Neverland, that's
Right.
he looked like that's what his hair looked like grown out. And granted, that was a few years ago, I think 2-3 years ago. But yeah, the funny thing is that actually I find this really funny, because the actor who played, I think it's Reese Ifans, I believe is how you pronounce his name, who played Captain
Right.
Hook. Yeah, he also went on to play the Lizard in The Amazing Spider-Man 1, so it's small world after all.
All right, so I'm trying to get the Neverland picture of Charlie Rowe. Let me see. All right, tell me if this is it. That's him?
Hold on, it's still coming up. It's black. Yes, that's him.
Yeah, he looks like Peter Parker exactly. That would be great. Especially with the glasses and everything. Definitely. Absolutely. I think so. He could, right here, this picture right here, just picture him with glasses. He looks like a perfect Peter Parker. In fact, even growing up, he would be like, an older Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He would look fantastic.
And that's the great thing, because they're looking for a guy that can grow into this role. And as far as looks go, I really think Charlie, especially with his hair growing out like that, I think can definitely nail Peter.
Oh, he's got our vote. I mean, my vote anyway.
Yeah,
And I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, but Charlie Rowe's got my vote.
he can, and especially with Peter Pan, I definitely noticed that Charlie Rowe's not afraid to have fun with it. He is. He takes. I haven't seen him in any others. I heard he was in something called Red Band Society. And I haven't seen that personally, but I mean, as soon as I saw this kid for the first time in Neverland, I was instantly fell in love with his performance. It was head and shoulders above any other film version of a child Peter Pan that I've seen. And
Right.
I was like, why wasn't this released in theaters? Or you could have made a movie with this kid and it would have been fantastic. Like, I still think, even with Pan coming out later this year, I still think that this Peter Pan is the definitive Peter Pan for me.
Wow. Okay. All right. So that's we have the picture of him. He's got my vote. Hopefully, we'll see what happens by Friday. I think they may be making a decision. So,
Yeah, they need to make a decision. They're going to be making a decision quite soon, because we're going to find out anyway. With the amount of photos that have been leaked online, we already saw what Crossbones look like. We've seen pretty much the entire Avengers team already, so we're probably going to be there. We're going to see him.
All right. So the next article is The Rock is to lead the Big Trouble in Little China remake.
I heard about
Um, so he's in negotiations to star, to star in and produce it. So it's going to be done by X-Men's First Class Scribes Ashley Miller and Zach Stentz, while Johnson and who penned the project, while Johnson and producing partners Danny and Hiram Garcia will produce. Okay, yeah. So I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, that's, Big Trouble in China. I don't know why you got to remake that, but
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's really that kind of brings up the whole argument going on right now on whether or not like remakes are everywhere now.
yeah, no,
I think
reboots, yeah.
But then look at original
Hi, Jacob.
Tomorrowland.
Hey
Tomorrowland
guys.
original. Oh, hey Jacob.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey. Yeah, pretty good, thanks.
Yeah, man. What have you been up to? How's your reviews going?
Yeah, they're good. I just
Yo,
did
I saw that video. Great job getting those two actors, man, to promote your the
thank you.
Galaxy show. Great job.
Thanks.
Yeah, keep doing stuff like that.
I actually
Don't forget
did.
about it.
Yeah, I will. I actually did today two reviews on the Smith and Jones episode and also the Shakespeare Code.
Nice, very good.
That was
What's up, Daniel? How are you, Daniel? So,
Hi.
Daniel, the Star Trek gets filmed in a month, huh?
Yeah?
In 1 month. I
Okay.
heard. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's great.
We're gonna get started with Star Trek 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're in your backyard, bro. No?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go try to find out where they are? Are you gonna try to be part of the
I
movie?
don't know. I don't know if my folks can drive me to Vancouver. I don't think so.
How far is that from you?
Like 3 hours.
Wow.
Go
That's
to
far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe you could be an extra in the movie or something. If you were going there.
Oh,
Yeah.
4 days.
Nice, Daniel.
They do pay well, really well,
yeah.
to be in movies sometimes. So.
Whoops. I meant to say 4 days instead of 4 hours. Sorry about that.
No, that's way too far. Yeah.
Yeah, that's way too far. 4
Way
days.
too far, man. No, that's way too far. So,
Johnny
absolutely.
Depp was getting photos today.
What's that?
Johnny Depp was getting photos today in Brisbane with his fans dressed up as Jack Sparrow.
Oh wow, so he's probably doing the movie now.
I hear he always
Yeah.
carries his Jack Sparrow stuff with him wherever he goes. I keep hearing that.
Wow.
He
He's
does.
he's supposed to be filming a new movie soon, and he's also supposed to be doing another Alice in Wonderland.
I don't know about
Oh,
that
that's
one. Tim Burton, I felt the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland was kind of filled with a little bit. I think it was a little too much
Right.
visually. I didn't think the characters were. I didn't think there was enough invested in the characters themselves. I think it was more of a visual spectacle, which it looked in its own unique way. It did look beautiful, and it visually it represented what Wonderland should look like. But I don't think that there was enough substance over style in that movie.
Right. You guys hear? I know Mission Impossible's not out yet, but they greenlit a sequel to that one.
Yeah, why?
I guess
wow.
they feel it's going to be fantastic, so they already greenlit another follow-up to Mission Impossible before this one's even out. Also, finally, they gave the okay. Green Inferno is coming out in September for the theatrical release, which that was going to be banned, that movie, by Eli Roth. It's going to be one of the most craziest movies ever to be released. A group of kids, teenagers, promoting to save the rainforest. They're in a plane, and it crashes into the rainforest, and then they get abducted by cannibals and tortured, and craziness ensues. So,
Wow.
well, the people that they tried to help and destroyed them. So it's going to be like ridiculous.
It's called a cruel irony.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be sick.
I have news by the way for
Yeah.
like Heroes Reborn.
Go ahead, bro.
You know Suresh from Heroes, the Indian guy.
Okay.
Yep. Well, Suresh from Heroes is basically returning to Heroes Reborn.
Nice.
Wow.
Yep.
Is that the guy that died
And-
originally?
He
Is that
did,
what
but he came back to life because Hiro Nakamura basically saved him.
He was the painter though, wasn't he? The painter.
No, he wasn't the painter. That was the guy who acted as Lancelot from
Oh, okay.
Merlin. Yeah.
Okay, so the time traveler
But-
like, saved him.
Yeah. But and also the Arrow writers are actually starting to basically write Arrow season 4.
Cool.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
that now, like, I actually got into a really interesting debate with someone on the YouTube comments, and we were saying about Wentworth Miller's performance as Captain Cold was easily one of the best villain performances outside of the Reverse Flash this year. I absolutely love Captain Cold in The Flash. And they said, oh, it's a shame that Legends of Tomorrow is going to make him an anti-hero. And I said, this is not going to change who Captain Cold is. We have to remember who he is. He's a backstabber who is only, the reason for doing this is only because he can use this to his advantage. When he sees an opportunity, he's going to take it. And they, being revealed by Grant Gustin that Captain Cold and Heatwave will be also appearing on Arrow, as well as Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. Something tells me that Captain Cold's not going to stop being a villain. And
Wow.
I really hope that's true because he's the one villain I absolutely love. I really don't care. I mean, he is fantastic.
Right. Steampunk, how are you?
I'm okay. I had to move to McDonald's. They shut down the Wi-Fi early at Starbucks for some reason.
Oh no. So Steampunk, how was your day today? What was going on with you? Anything new?
Uneventful. No, same old, same old.
Are you a time traveler?
I
I saw
mean,
your video. Are you a time traveler? You
I
might
could be. I might be.
You could
How
be.
would you ever know?
We know the
Just
truth.
like that in the future. Yeah.
I'm doing a series of videos called I Might Be, and it's hoping that people will be entertained by them, but also help promote critical thinking.
There you go. All right, Daniel.
Yeah.
But no, same old. I mean, I'm making the best of what I have, even though what I have is limited. But go ahead.
Right. How was your day, Daniel?
It was okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you do today in your life?
Went out, got a bite to eat, walked the dog,
Cool.
you know, helped my, follow my little plants, stuff.
That's good, man. That's good. I had work today. Did some procedures. Worked a lot of hours. And actually, it's a positive day, man. I don't know if I told you guys this before, but it did turn out that the magazine article did come out in time for my book anniversary. It was an oversight that the guy forgot to tell me. And I did have an article written up in this magazine in New Jersey. Actually, let me get it. So, you want to take it away, Dave, for a second? Let me just go get the article. Hold on.
Yeah. All right, so a little bit of good news. So for those of you who are fans of Harry Potter, Oscar winner Eddie Redmayne has been confirmed to play Newt Scamander in the spin-off film Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That has been rumored. He was rumored to be playing the role in this spin-off story. For those of you who don't know, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was a book that was required by the Hogwarts students for Care of Magical Creatures class, and it's pretty much contained every magical creature, like from like trolls to dragons, and it was a lot of fun. I think I still have it downstairs. If I do, it's a very thin book, but man, it was awesome to read. Plus, I'm gonna save what there is one piece of information that I am kind of a little heated about, but I'll wait until Matrix Lord gets. Oh, Matrix Lord's here. All right,
Yes.
so this guys, I read this morning, and this really ticked me off, and I really just need to get this out there. So, I have Batman liked on my Facebook, and this was posted earlier, and it says, "Are you ready for the future?" And it has a picture of Batman Beyond, or of the Batman Beyond character on there. It says, "You may think you are, but you're not ready for this. The fan favorite character who starred in the acclaimed animated series Batman Beyond is back, but with a twist you never saw coming. The future Dark Knight, Terry McGinnis, is dead. So who is the new Batman Beyond? It's Tim Drake, Batman's former partner, Red Robin, who was flung 35 years into the future in order to save it."
Yeah. Yeah.
There aren't enough middle fingers in the world that I can send to DC because
What the?
no, and I'm not even the only
What's that?
one.
What's that all about?
Well, apparently in the storyline Future's End, Terry was killed, and
That's
now,
terrible.
yeah, especially now. This I feel more insulted by this than I have with anything that they have done previously. Like, you can kill off Bruce Wayne, whatever, but
Which
when
they
you
did
say,
a couple weeks ago, and they bring him back.
well, they did, but now here's the thing. With Terry, it's a little bit different. You know, you say fan favorite character. Terry is a character. It's not Batman is a title. And Terry is one of the few people who is worthy to carry that name of Batman. Tim Drake is always going to be Robin for me. He isn't even my favorite Robin, so this really just ticks me off. And a lot of people agree with me, because why do you go through the trouble of just bringing this character to the forefront and then just killing off the person that made him who he was?
Wasn't Tim Drake the one from Death in the Family where the Joker killed him?
No, that's Jason Todd. Tim Drake, like, if you saw Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, that was the guy that that the Joker, you know...
He was a Red Hood or something?
No, into the little mini-me Joker. And it's just so dumb. And
They're ruining these characters.
yeah, seriously. And now, literally, this has gotten to the fact where I fear this is for a lot of comic books, not just DC, but something in my throat. But DC, I think, has been more guilty of it recently because, you know, if you're gonna kill characters, fine, but give them. You have to have a legitimate reason for killing them off. Either the sales of the book are going down, or you have something big planned that makes absolute sense for them to be killed off. There is no reason that you needed to kill Terry. This is purely for shock and wow, and you have just pissed off an entire portion of fans of Batman. Essentially now to the people are like, why don't you just kill off the whole rest of the Bat family and be done with it? Because you already killed off the biggest portion with Nightwing, Bruce, and now Terry. And this is a further reason, like I
hate when they do stuff like this.
I wrote down on DC's page, I said, "You killed Terry McGinnis, DC? Wow, there's no curse word in the world strong enough to convey how mad I am. Another reason why I refuse to read DC Comics now because of this. Killing off fan favorite characters for the lulls and wow factor. R.I.P. Terry McGinnis, the true Batman Beyond."
How did he die? Stupid way, right?
Yeah, I refuse to look it up. I'm not even gonna get even more mad than I am again.
Man.
But okay, but cheering me up, I'm gonna get a little positive news. So, for those of you who know, Jurassic World just had its huge premiere in Paris, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. I'm going to read to you a couple tweets that were sent from celebrities who were at the premiere. Josh Gad, who is, of course, from Frozen, and I believe, what is it? Let me see if I can find them. Josh Gad from Frozen, San Antonio Spurs star Tony Parker, some of these tweets were from them. Saw the world premiere of Jurassic World in Paris tonight. At Colin Trevorrow has hit a grand slam. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard kill. And he even quotes, I'm quoting him saying, the last 20 minutes of the movie are cinematic bliss. And
Wow.
it's, let me see, from Stephanie Cellerier, Jurassic World is great and fun. We have the buzz I've heard about Jurassic World from those who have seen it is exceedingly positive. It's going to be a wild ride, #hype. And they're saying it's a more than worthy sequel to the original Jurassic Park, giving it
Fantastic.
9 out of 10. And as far as out of
Well,
rating
let's go
it-
around. Let's go around and get the panel involved with
Yeah.
it. So why don't you go Steampunk? What did you think of Jurassic Park movies?
It's been a long time. It's been years since I've seen a Jurassic Park movie. I think the first one was entertaining. I'm gonna throw a dead ringer. I saw the trailer to Jurassic World, and I wasn't really that impressed. I mean,
Wow.
it looked like CGI dinosaurs to me. I mean, it looked a little bit cheesy, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an old man or something. I just didn't. I don't know. Didn't seem like my
I'm
cup
going
of
to
tea.
give it a chance. I mean, I think it's in the safe zone too. There's nothing really going up against it. I don't think. We had this past weekend. San Andreas was #1. That did phenomenal. But I think there's nothing really coming out. There's no competition when it comes out. And I think that it does look pretty good, actually. It really does. What do you think, Jacob?
I haven't seen any of the Jurassic Parks.
Shame
but
on you.
Game.
I will go see it though. I will go see Jurassic
You probably
World.
can see it online or something, but I guess that's going to be your movie reviews now on your channel.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3.
At the very least, the one movie that you are required to see before Jurassic World is you need to see the first one. There may be. I heard that there are references possibly to The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, but the one movie you will need to see the first one.
Okay.
In order to completely understand what's going on. So, I personally, when I saw the trailer for Jurassic World, I honestly couldn't believe what I was seeing at the point. And I'm glad that we're revisiting this franchise, and if this does well, and I really hope it does well, we could have finally a worthy sequel to the original. And I watched the original again, and 22 years later, after it came out, it's still fantastic.
I like the original. The second one was totally blah. The third one was too short, but it was a good movie. I like the third one. Second one was okay, but yeah, there's nothing like the original. So we'll see.
I was gonna say something. This is something that I discovered recently, and why it made me take Jurassic Park a little bit less serious. There is no way possible to clone dinosaur DNA. Did you know that DNA has a half-life of 10,000 years? Even if it was sealed up, after 10,000 years, 50% of that DNA, even in a sealed environment, would degrade. And after millions of years, there would be virtually no DNA, not even fragments. So it wouldn't be possible to clone dinosaurs.
They actually did explain.
You might be able to reverse engineer. You might be able to reverse engineer a dinosaur from chicken.
They did explain that in the movie that there was the sequence gaps in the DNA. So what they did in the first film was that they used DNA of frogs to fill in the gaps.
Right.
That did backfire on them because there was part of the DNA they were using for frogs, even though they were same-sex environment, it allowed the dinosaurs to breed over the island. And while it wasn't fully explained well enough, it was explained to the point that we understood what was going on.
Basically, yeah.
Well, I mean, let me try to explain this. If you have something with a half-life of 10,000 years, which is DNA under ideal conditions. I saw a documentary on Discovery Channel about DNA. That's where it first enlightened me to that. After millions of years, there wouldn't even be tiny fragments left. There's nothing left, and so it's. I mean, it's entertaining. It's I saw the first Jurassic Park. It's entertaining. I'm just saying it's not technologically possible because there's nothing to clone or even fill in the gaps from. That's all. That's all I had to say. Nobody's ever actually pointed that out about Jurassic Park.
Right. Interesting. What else do we have? All right, so let me just go some box office numbers. San Andreas was #1. Did $114 million worldwide. It's doing phenomenal. We have a lot of success stories. Mad Max is kicking ass. Let me just get to the Mad Max and you see what the Mad Max Fury Road has in worldwide $281 million. Already had a green light of the next sequel to Wastelands. So that's fantastic. We also got Pitch Perfect 2 did phenomenal, $228 million worldwide. Tomorrowland is the failure. The $133 million. It was a budget of $190. So even if it makes its money back, it's still a failure. Avengers is still #5. $1,321,751,427. It is moving up still. In domestic sales, 427 million. So this is a monster. I mean, it's getting close to Avengers, the first one, which I believe was like 1,600,000,000 or something like that. So
yeah,
it's getting there, man. It's not going away.
Oh, it won't be.
Another month, at least. So I do want to give a shout out. I'll take another podcast to really talk about this. I'll just touch on it briefly like I did before. I want to give a special thank you to High Rise Expressions, which is a magazine in West New York, New Jersey, in Guttenberg, New Jersey. So they did, this is a magazine for the area, the neighboring towns, and they did a wonderful article about me for the 5-year anniversary of my first book, Sorrow Separation. So really thank you to Bill, who is the head of the magazine, who did this wonderful piece on me about the books. Basically, I'm just going to tell you, they just talked about my job, my medical practice, and they also said how I'm working on finishing the touches on my 12th book. So we did a little brief thing. They also give a shout out on here. I give a shout out to YouTube, talking about Matrix Lord 2 and 2, which is me, with all these videos and these shows that we do here. So it was really nice. I'll do about it in detail one day when we have time. So thank you again, High Rise Expressions. Bill, thank you very much. So, all right. So, besides that, what other stuff did we have? I know there was other news. I heard Sofia Coppola is off the Little Mermaid live action project. She was doing that. And they're making all the Disney movies live action. Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Oh, they also said that it probably looks like there's going to be a sequel to Jurassic World that they said originally. So, but the guy that's directing this, Trevorrow, is not going to be directing the next one. That's what he says. And also, what other stuff do we have here? Oh, there may be some heavily mentioned references to Spider-Man and Oscorp in the Ant-Man movie.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So that is really cool.
This movie, they said they want to tone down on the Avengers references, but they do want to plant the seeds for Spider-Man, which, it makes more sense with Ant-Man than Spider-Man. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Um, and actually, speaking of superheroes, it's been confirmed, though, there was rumors that we may be seeing another X-Men character in the Deadpool film. It turns out we were right. Colossus is confirmed in Deadpool. He is not being played by the same actor from Days of Future Past. However, he is being played, well, at least his motion capture is being provided by, let me see, Andre, I can't even pronounce that last name,
Right.
Trikotu? I don't know, from Seventh Son. He's big guy. I mean, looking at this footage, there's actually some footage in Canada of Deadpool, and this guy is easily 1.5 feet taller than Ryan Reynolds in the suit. So I'm happy Colossus is back in Deadpool. So
now we did get some brief news. We don't really touch about it on video games here, but Nintendo's NX console will allegedly be Android-based. It hasn't been confirmed yet. There's going to be the successor to the Wii U. And I'm hoping that they make an announcement at E3 because the Wii U is like dying like really fast. And they need something to come back with. They have all these wonderful companies making games for them like Konami and Capcom and Square Enix and a whole bunch of just start flooding everything. You can't just have a system that has Mario carry it with Zelda and like all versions of Mario. It's gotta be stuff other than Nintendo also. I mean, back in the day, we used to have exclusives to the GameCube, you know. I mean, like Resident Evil Zero, and they used to have all these different games come out for Nintendo games that was just amazing. You know, maybe we need to bring Mega Man back. You know, like actual original Mega Man, make a couple sequels, or make a 2D Castlevania like Symphony of the Night or something, or whatever. I mean, but they need to really get exclusives. You need exclusives to the system. You can't just go into a video game store and everybody has the same game. You need stuff that says, hey, Nintendo NX has this. Xbox One has this. You know, Sony has this. PlayStation has this. And so that way you have a distinguished your product brand. You know, bring back Crash Bandicoot for crying out loud. What the hell? Where is it? You know?
Stuck in whatever hell they have.
Speaking of E3, speaking of E3, I'm going to be going to that this month.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm going to tailgate it. I got rejected. I got rejected. Well, I got rejected for press, but you know, you can hang out in the common areas. And last year, I snuck in. So I'll probably sneak in again this year using the same tactics that I did last year. I didn't get to go to everything because there's secondary rooms that require badges. They do a secondary badge check, but I was able to sneak in and enjoy most of the convention for free.
We may have some reporters on the scene, and we may be able to do live streaming podcasts from E3 possibly. I'm sure we have one or two this year. People that I know are going to be at E3, so we'll have to wait and see.
It's funny that you mentioned the exclusives because Konami just kind of shot themselves in the foot with the whole Silent Hills being canceled, because I actually heard Microsoft is trying to get the rights to Silent Hills to make that an Xbox One exclusive. And seriously, massive fumble from Sony, because what other exclusive do we have to look forward to for the PlayStation? I can tell you there's only one. That's Uncharted 4. That is the only one. And to be honest, Microsoft already has an exclusive to go up against that. Rise of the Tomb Raider, which just had its trailer debuted today. And if it's anything like the previous Tomb Raider, I'm excited for it. And it'll make me want to get an Xbox One, because the last Tomb Raider was fantastic, and I can't wait to see what this new one will be. But
this is just called Lara Croft, this one?
No, this one's called Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I have massive news, by the way, for like my Doctor Who like web series type thing that I do, the Last Time Lord, by the way. Okay, ready? Okay. I'm gonna be making a multi-doctor story. I'm gonna be having some of my friends acting as the doctors. Well, two of the doctors and Amy and Rory, and I'm leaving a master. This master that I'm gonna have a secret, and like all the fans of the Last Time Lord out there, so I'm gonna leave that a secret for who the master might be. So yeah.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Also, the Who Idol 2, obviously nobody has handed anything in because nobody has the guts to make some videos. I will say that there is a gift card prize in it. You know, I don't think anybody really cares. So obviously, it's kind of sad because everybody's joining the Who Idol page. We got hundreds and hundreds of people that have joined in weeks, and yet nobody's made videos. So I'm gonna extend it.
I'm technically blocked off the Who Idol page, though. Yeah.
Are you? Really?
I can't find it.
We'll have to fix it. We'll have to fix that. All right. I'll check that out and I'll fix that for you. I want 3 videos from you, Jacob. You too, Daniel. All right. All right, guys. That's it for tonight. Have a fantastic night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, hopefully, we have Topic Wonders returning. Big story on there. Horrorcast. Real Hoovians cast. So, that's it, guys. Take care. Bye for now.